Hey guys, and welcome to another ArtifactCCG.com video, and today we're going to be covering one of my favorite things to do in Artifact, and that is hit our opponents for a lot of unseen damage. And we'll be covering a combo in black that, I don't know, you could call it the Oath combo or the Coordinated Assault suite, whatever you want to call it. But basically, it's a way to, if you include these cards in your deck, you have a way to add a lot of damage from seemingly nowhere at any point to either snipe a tower or even an ancient. I won't speak to the viability of the combo, but I will say it's incredibly fun. And anytime you can have hidden damage or hidden spikes that your opponent can't anticipate, it's going to be really good in Artifact. Artifact is often about base racing. You're trying to, hit that 80 damage mark or the 40 damage mark first, and your opponent may make choices assuming that you can't reach a certain damage threshold, and if they're wrong about that, you can win. So having combos like these in your deck is a good idea. The problem is that cards like the Oath may not have quite as much, playability outside of the combo, as they have massive downsides. The Disciple of Nevermore obviously offering the -2 armor is going to be a bit of a risk. So yeah, while the combos are good in that they provide hidden damage, they usually have drawbacks. In any case, I'll go ahead and start talking about the combo. First, I like having Sorla Khan in here if you're going to run a suite like this in black, just because she offers Assault Ladders as a nice little boost, making all of your units attack for 2 more against the tower. It's also another cheap black card to proc Coordinated Assault, and she herself hits the tower like a truck. Hitting for 12 at just a base value is crazy. So let's talk about Coordinated Assault, because that's, I think, the thing that really makes the combo viable, because Coordinated Assault is just a good play. Surprisingly enough, playing this on the second round to just, buff one of your black heroes is actually quite useful, because it usually makes you win the creep combat, as it will buff, whatever melee creeps are next to you with +2 damage, and thus they can one-shot enemy creeps. And that's quite valuable. You get a board state advantage by playing it, and potentially, if, a hero like Phantom Assassin is lined up against a hero like Bristleback, it can even offer that additional 2 damage that you need. And sometimes it can even make your creeps that are hitting heroes now able to kill them. That's a little bit less often, but it happens against blue heroes. But basically, Coordinated Assault is a great throwaway play on the round of 4. If you don't have something that you're trying to accomplish, you want to add value to your game. So creeps are good. Unfortunately, black does have some decent creeps, but they're not all the best. And Coordinated Assault is just a way of adding, value that's going to stay there over the whole game, because that passive is staying on that hero and never going away. And if you can play it on the second round, it's potentially offering you anywhere from 20 to 40 more damage throughout the game. I mean, the card can really add up. With each play of the black card potentially adding 6 damage, it's definitely worth its mana cost. It's just, how do you make use of it? And naturally, with it proccing off of each black card plate, you need cheaper cards, and that's where the Disciple of Nevermore come in, and the Oath, and Assault Ladders, where they really synergize. Coordinated Assault is, well, as I said, it's decent at creep warfare and making your creeps win the creep combat. It's not like that's some amazing benefit, so if you're just putting it in your deck to do that, then you really shouldn't be playing it. But it does, its true value is in pushing damage and making your opponent have to consider a lot more damage possible for your heroes, and not being able to, blink a hero out of the lane, not being able to abandon it because Coordinated Assault might add more damage. And if your opponent does leave the lane, then Coordinated Assault is this tool that allows you to really push damage. Each black card you play now also adds 6 damage to hitting the tower. That's the value of Coordinated Assault, and with the Oath and Nevermore both being only 3 cost, as well as Assault Ladders, in the round of 6 mana, you can trigger that effect twice, and Coordinated Assault you played in round 2 can now add 12 damage to hitting the tower, which can be the difference between hitting, killing it or not. In fact, the Oath and Nevermore, combined with a Coordinated Assault black hero, can often kill the Ancient. Part of this is that, let's say you're running red-black aggro or something like that, when you first kill a tower, your opponent may not be expecting you to be able to push the Ancient on the next round. I mean, it has a full 80 health, right? But if you were winning that lane hard, maybe Coordinated Assault helped you gain an advantage and kill several creeps. Win the creep combat, and now you still have several melee creeps sitting around. And maybe, if you're running with red, you might have some, Legionnaires that you dropped early. If you're running with blue, maybe you summoned some creeps with Dimensional Portal, whatever it may be. In any case, if you have enough units there, you know, kind of like the remnants of fighting over that tower, your opponent may look at the tower and see, oh, you know, 20 damage is hitting my tower, I'll be fine. Except for when you drop a double Oath on the round of 6 mana with a Coordinated Assault also on one of those black heroes, you're looking at 12 more damage from the Coordinated Assault and, you know, 4 times the number of units twice, so 8 times the number of units. In additional damage to the tower. And that is a lot of damage. If you have 5 units, you know, 5 times 8 is 40 more damage. And then you're looking at an additional 12 from the Coordinated Assaults. So, you know, plus 52 damage is quite a lot of damage, guys. Disciple of Nevermore can also help with this. Not quite as much raw power as the Oath, especially when you have more creeps. But when you have less units, actually the Disciple of Nevermore can be more useful because you're dropping it to the right or left of the hero with the Coordinated Assault, and then it itself gets the buff from Coordinated Assault, as well as buffing everything else in the lane. In any case, this like set of cards is a great way to just have, you know, extra ways to push damage. It's extremely, extremely good at pushing damage. Like, these cards will add damage like no other cards can. Well, I won't say that. There are other cards and combos in the game that colors have access to. Emissary of the Quorum comes to mind. Things like that can add a lot of damage. But this is a great suite for adding unseen damage. It will kill towers. It will kill ancients as well. And having these in your tool bag is good. It's just a question of, like, if you're putting in, you know, 3 Coordinated Assaults and 3 Oaths, or, you know, whatever it may be, what are you giving up to run that? And I think whenever you have these combos for pushing damage in Artifact, it's going to be important to figure out what's the optimal number of damage pushing cards, what's the optimal number of, you know, lane presence cards, because damage is, like, really important to Artifact. And I think that every deck is going to need a way to push damage, and there's potential for the suite to be one of those ways to push damage. It just might take a few too many cards. We have yet to see. I will say it's very fun to have. I mean, who doesn't like just dropping the Oath and hitting the Ancient for 80? It's a very fun feeling. So when you guys first try out Black, this is one way that you can help your deck be able to push damage. There are plenty of other ways. You don't even necessarily have to have a damage combo. Necessarily, you could just run a few of these, you know, even just 2 of these cards. Having 1 or 2 Oaths in your deck as just a back pocket strategy for finishing off an Ancient kill or a Tower kill in late game, if your opponent is careless, you know, that's also viable. You don't need to run some 3-card combo for adding tons of damage, whatever it may be. In any case, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what type of content you want to see in the future. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. If not, once again, tell us what you want to see, and I will see you guys next time.